In my last video, I promised that with proper breath, you might become a little bit taller. So let's bear this out, let's test it out. Go run to your wall and just measure your height up against the wall. And then after we do this drill, we're gonna retest it. And I'm thinking you're gonna gain quarter, third, maybe even half an inch. I've done this with a few people and they get appreciably taller. All right, so breathing is a part of this. There's also a physical component. So what I want you to do is just shake things out for a second. Get nice and relaxed. You're gonna bend your knees. When your knees bent, you're going to take your hands and press them, put them onto your pelvis and press down. Now while you're pressing down, this pressing down motion will remain throughout almost the entire drill. So just have a healthy amount of pressure pushing down. Again, knees are bent, pelvis is under us, we're pressing down on the pelvis, and now we're just going to start to lift through the chest. And we're creating height in the spine, and like an accordion, unleashing the spine is getting nice and long. Now that we have this extra space, we're going to solidify it. We're going to breathe into it. So inhale in through your nose, back out through your nose. Feel your diaphragm pull air down into your belly. And as you exhale, release. And we're going to be boring for a moment here. We're going to take about 5, 6 deep breaths. Normally, I'm not a big fan of deep breaths, but for the purpose of this exercise, they're very effective. So again, breathe in and breathe out. Let's do 2 more breaths. Picture your spine again, it's like an accordion, and as we breathe in, that accordion gets stretched out even more. All right, so what we're going to do next is pull your pelvic floor in, the muscles that you use to hold it. You're going to keep your pressure downward with your hands on your pelvis. Pull the pelvic floor in. And as you breathe in, again, fairly deep breath, you're going to lift up through your chest. And as you breathe out, you're going to round your spine. Breathe in and get tall. Breathe out and round. Let's do one more. Already you should be feeling a little bit taller. We're going to do the same thing going left to right. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. Keep the pressure downward on your pelvis. So breathe in. Push the ribs on the right. Breathe out. Push through the left. Go with me. One more. Come back to the center. Now crucially, we press down. We pull the pelvic floor up. We're going to straighten our legs and tuck the pelvis under and just lift through the chest one more time. Big breath in and then release, shake things out. Now let's solidify that height. We'll take our thumbs and we're going to hook them right up underneath the pec muscles, right up and underneath the armpits. And as we do that, we're going to lift the chest and arch the spine, tuck the pelvis and engage the glutes. And then release. Now this next part works better if you have a partner and they're behind you doing this. But for today, we'll just do it by ourselves. If you've got someone next to you, take turns. What you're going to do is just let your shoulders relax and feel like you're holding heavy weights by your side. The shoulders are coming down. And while the shoulders are getting a little heavy, you're just going to paint up the back of your neck just like this and kind of stem those muscles along the back of your neck onto the base of your skull. And then finally, when you're nice and relaxed, you're just going to pull your head right up off your skull. And you're going to keep breathing in through the nose, back out through the nose. And just keep pull. You're just getting that last little micro centimeter of height. And then shake it out. All right, we just decompressed your spine. And there's something called arthrokinetic dysfunction, which means if you have a jammed joint anywhere in your body, that jammed joint creates global weakness, global instability, global inflexibility. So you get weaker and less flexible, balance gets worse, and we just really opened up your spine. So even if you don't get any more height, you're sitting pretty because you just opened up something that gets compressed by gravity. As we walk every day, you're going to be stronger, better looking, more confident. The deep breaths are going to really help you feel amazing. So now you've done that, go run up back to your wall, check out your height, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to find that through this exercise, you created a little bit more height.